Hey everybody, good morning. It's Saturday morning. You're tuned in here with BATJAC J.W, so hopefully you're having a good morning. I'm having a good morning. But I appreciate you tuning in. I got some interesting videos this week. I was able to produce a little bit more, some videos and everything, so I appreciate everybody that's been following around, following the channel wherever it's going, all kinds of twists and turns, right? You never know what we're posting. Getting ready, really gearing up for October, tossing a lot of ideas in the hat, as they say, trying to figure out all kinds of stuff. So since the last one, last little episode there, I entitled it "What's That Sound?" As we changed the format a little bit. Of course, I'm still running with this format. I'm not saying that this is a permanent format, but I just wanted to give it a shot a couple of times right here on the channel, see how you like it. If you do like more of this stuff, again, follow it on BATJAC J.W Radio Show channel, and there I've been doing a lot more of these type of little chats. So the last couple videos we had were, I saw this. I saw the prices at Walmart for 9mm ammo, and I'll talk a little bit of what sparked that idea and why did I actually, make a video about that. I'll talk about that a little bit because I touched briefly on it in that very short video, but then. Actually, the one I was talking about is on the video, how much would you pay for 9mm ammo? I'll talk about that. There were some things that I wanted to talk about in referring to that. There were some points that I made. But anyhow, Colts and how much they're worth, I did a video on that. And of course, taking out the Smith & Wesson Model 25 waxed really was the first shooting video I did out here, living out here in the great desert, the hot desert. But no, I finally did a little video on that, and I figured I'd post it up. It's really the first video I've done as far as shooting anything, right? So I'm sure you guys are going, what's going on with that? Okay, so we got some comments. Let me look at, and those of you that you catch that thumbnail, that picture from the last radio episode, I can't believe we're doing episode 82 right now. But I don't know if you caught that picture. That is actually the profile picture for the channel. That nice red background with the nice 6-gun with the yellow grips there. And that old that's actually the old original belt that I had before I got my suede belt that was more closer to the John Wayne belt that I really like. Okay, so we got some comments here. We have, first up, we have Arizona Ghost Riders, Course Santee there. He says, yeah, I'm listening. Coffee and BATJAC, good way to start the day. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that everybody tunes in. That's really awesome. And we have Lionquist Fitness, and he says, time is something we don't own. That is a profound statement. That is very true. Time is, I like this quote. And the quote is by Henry Rollins. I don't know if you know who he is. Maybe some of you do. He's been around for a long time. He started off with Black Flag and did his own thing called the Rollins Band. And then now he does like a TV show, Things You Don't Know. And he also had like a talk show for 2 seasons. But he's one of my favorite kind of guys. He does this stand-up thing, but it's called spoken word. But Henry Rollins had a quote. Now, I don't know word for word, but he says, the quote is, there is no downtime, there is no rest time, there is no free time. There's only lifetime. Go. And if you think about that, that is so true. We really, time is, it's a ticking clock, and there's no way to stop it. It just keeps going. And when that time stops, I always described it as life is a moving train. It's heading full speed, and you better live, and you better laugh, and you better enjoy it, because at some point it's your stop. So, and that train does not stop. You stop and get off. And so, if you catch a little metaphor there, what I'm trying to explain is, we don't have forever. We only got that our moment here. And so it's I think it's important to try to live it up and live to the fullest, and just take every day as a blessing, really. My man Joe P says, "Good morning, JW. Good discussion with this morning. Gun salespeople often do have bad attitudes, it seems, which is why when you find a good one, you go back and yeah, you know." I know that from both ends of the counter on that, as I spoke about that. You know, just it's difficult. So, and 454 Packer, thank you for, you commented there, sending prayers for C-Max Arms. Of course, he's battling there with cancer. Speaking of all that, it's a bummer. When those of us, people that get sick and they go down, man. And especially here in the YouTube community, I've never imagined meeting so many people that are such like-minded people, and all in all, just really polite, giving people. The community, especially all my subscribers right here, I really feel that the BATJAC Army, man, is such a nice collection of people with absolutely giving hearts, and I've definitely experienced that through all of you. That's really amazing, and I appreciate you being here and subscribe to the channel and continuing to support and watch all the videos that I publish out here. And so I have my other friend here, Darren Bag 6 Gun. He says, "Not a bad show, but my phone must be having problems. I can't see you." Yeah, I'm sorry, a little behind the scenes on this one. And so I'm kind of behind the scenes there. So yeah, man, long live the Duke, brother. Okay, Richard Landeros. He says, BATJAC, there are a few different box sets of the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He says he doesn't know the one I have. The one I have is, I spoke about that on the last one. It looks like the big semi-truck at the end of the movie. It's a box set. I think if you go ahead and Amazon, look it up, it is like, I don't know, I guess you could type in Texas Chainsaw Massacre truck. It might bring it up for you. You can check it out. So, all right, Crazy Scotsman. He says, "Nice show. My friend appreciated the shout out for C-Max." Yes, absolutely, Crazy Scotsman. I do apologize. I did not get to the personal messages right away because I'm, just struggling with the laptop and everything when I got it turned on. Most of this stuff I've been trying to do. We're running really skeleton crew the way this runs, and extremely low budget. Legendary Jim, nice profile picture, man. He says, "Good radio show, JW. I'm enjoying the longer ones." Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's kind of another reason I like this format a little bit, because it allows us the time, and they're just kind of ramble on and just go through it. Just gotta forget about the ticking, because a lot of times when you make a video, you got this video that's like half an hour, 1 hour long. Of course, the resolution's never really that good because to try to upload anything that's in HD that's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it gets difficult. So I appreciate that, Legendary Jim. We got JSS Haas. He says, "Nice episode, BATJAC. How long until we get to see your chainsaw collection?" I'll be showing that shortly. Getting ready. Like I said, I want to do that stuff for Halloween and October, and I got another surprise in the box there, so I'll be showing that. So you check it out. I'll probably show it here on the main channel. There'll be, of course, other extras for the BATJAC J.W Radio Show channel. That's I just call it my vlog channel. So if you ever hear me refer to it as my vlog channel, that's what I'm talking about. So JSS Haas, if you are not already subscribed to the second channel, check it out. I'll be doing a lot of other stuff there too. So hey, Mr. Holster, funniest guy on YouTube. Sounds like there are a lot of gun shows down there. Yes, there is, Mr. Holster. Lots of gun shows. I've been kind of following like how my brother there, the gun enthusiast, says, don't go unless you got a lot of money to spend, because you wind up getting really you wind up kicking yourself. I think that's the way he says. Yeah, so you're leaving with stuff that you can't. Leaving when you can't buy everything. Alright, we got Blaze Tracy. "I drink 38 Long Colt with my coffee." All right. Okay, we got. Oh, hey, what's this? Hey, BATJAC J.W. Where was my shout out for last week's show? I was there, man. Big thumbs up. Oh, shoot. Well, Darren Bag, 6 Gun, I apologize, man. I don't know. I guess. You know what? I think. There was a time where I was like writing stuff down, and I'll admit it. I have the worst penmanship ever, and I make cliff notes, and maybe I missed it. I'm sorry, man. But no, Darren Bag 6 Gun, man. I still have it, man. I just need a place to hang it. I don't want to. When I hang it, I want to make sure it's up and not going to be messed with because I take really good care of it. Darren Bag 6 Gun there sent me a really awesome Hondo poster, very vintage. I love the thing a lot, and I'm very careful with it. I don't like to get it all wrinkled up and stuff and torn. I'd like to actually frame it, but no, yeah. It's it's there, and I apologize, man. I try to get a shout outs to everybody, and he says, just messing with. Oh, nice. Just messing with you. For Halloween, it should be BATJAC Leatherface J.W. Maybe. I don't know. I do like my Halloween scary movies, man. So we got Varen K, and he's always been. I appreciate it, Varen, man. He says, "You don't let yourself feel like you have to put out something great out every week. Most of us made the trip over with you. I appreciate it, and I know Varen K, along with a nice handful of others, been following me through life and moving it on out here to the middle of the desert and stuff. And it has not been easy, man. It's been rough. Missing my family, missing my mom." My friends, I picked up and just left everything. It's been tough. It really has been. And but I made a lot of good friends out here, really good ones and close ones. And of course, Santee and Dan and Rick Harker. If you haven't seen some of my videos at Rick Harker's place, where it's the museum, it's pretty much a cowboy town, a guy's backyard. Amazing people, and especially like Rick. You got somebody that it lights up in their eyes when they talk about what they've done. And I mean, any guy that builds a Western movie set in his backyard, what does that tell you? Yeah, that guy is definitely good friends with BATJAC J.W. But no, I must say, Rick Harker, man, I can see it. First time I ever met the guy, I could see it right in his eyes, man. He understands and is in love with the magic of the Western genre and John Wayne and all that, man. It's just that's it. And so does Dan, and so does Santee, and these guys have become, really a strong staple for me and looking after me out here in the desert all alone. But, I'm not alone. I have these guys. These guys have become like my family. So I'm making it through, and I'm making it through, you guys. I'm trying my best. And, yeah, it's not easy, but I'm trying. And it's a great help, man. These 3 guys have been such helpful fellas to me and everything. So, and meeting a lot of good people through them. And it just keeps growing. The circle's growing. So that's nice. MP Gunther 1. He says, great episode. Big thumbs up, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I always try to, keep this stuff going and keep it going good. The Gunfighter 45 ACP. Sounds good. And the gun rig in the picture looks great. Yeah, thank you. I've always liked that look, just always had to do that. We got Bob Hartman. He says, that's a great looking holster and gun too. Yeah, here in the afternoon, he says he just cleaned his DW 1911 after the range time. Nice. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if that question's out there. Leave it in the comments. How many people like cleaning guns? I don't know. I don't. Did you? Bernard Flood. Greetings from Ireland, man. All the way from Ireland. That's cool, man. I know you, Bernard, you've been always commenting, always watching. I appreciate that, man. So we all need our me time. Yes, we do, don't we? All right. Edward Petty. I love going to gun shows. So do I, Ed. Man, I just I wish I had more money to go. Sometimes I don't go just because I don't have any money to spend. He says, take it easy, BATJAC. Don't burn yourself out at work. Prayers for C-Max. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Scott F. says, appreciate the time you have as it is short-lived. A good statement to laugh and enjoy instead of being macho in the gun industry. That's very true, you know. Not sure where the that macho attitude comes from in the guns, but we don't need you. You know, it just doesn't mix up very well. So just enjoy the sport for what it is. And we have Lion Quest Fitness. He's adding something else. He says, I'll add a suggestion, BATJAC. Time and work constraints might prevent this, but most of the public libraries have internet access. Yeah, we actually, right here in the apartment complex, there's an internet up at the, what do they call it, the clubhouse. There's internet access, so sometimes I go up there and upload stuff. It still runs slow. But Three Wolves 4570 says, once in a while you can find a good deal, but unfortunately it's too far and too far between. That's some true words right there. Douglas Walther, good chat, JW. Thank you, Douglas. I appreciate that. E.B. Saint, as someone that has worked a bit in the gun shop range, what I enjoy is learning things I never knew. Oh, and the guns. Yeah, absolutely. That's from E.B. Saint. Led 8541, he says, great episode, BATJAC, big thumbs up. Thank you, Led. I appreciate it. I know you're always smashing the like button, so I appreciate that. Everybody thumbs up, right? So, BATJAC, you should be a zombie gunfighter for Halloween, or get the Leatherface costume along with the chainsaw. Richard Landeros. So, and that's it. That's all the comments I got so far during the time of recording this, obviously. So, but what I wanted to talk about was a little bit of the ammo thing. You know, you see some of these shops out here, and they run their, you know, of course, you, just like everybody, I think we all do this. In fact, there's whole YouTube channels on doing this. Shopping around for the cost of your ammo. It's really important. You know, you want to shop around and make sure you're getting the best price possible. You don't want to. Who wants to overpay for the ammo? You know, going through places where where their normal pricing is, you got $15, $14, $16 for a box of 50 rounds of 9mm. Some places that's a good price. I can only really speak for Hawaii and out here in Arizona, but out here in Arizona, I learned real quick that Walmart is the place to go for your range ammo. And I'm talking just your full metal jacket stuff, ball ammunition you're just going to go punch paper with, or, shoot some steel if you're outdoors. But when you got places that are running sales, like there's a big gun shop out here, and they're running this sale, and it just seems really like, wow, really? So anyway, where were we, right? So, the prices on that stuff, especially when you see things that are really high. I remember seeing prices like $25 for a box of 50 rounds of just, round nose 9mm ammo, and I just use the 9mm as just like, because it's such the most popular semi-auto cartridge. For me, it's oddly, I actually shoot more 38 Special, 45 Colt, 44 Special. That's me. But every now and then I like to shoot the 9mm, but I kind of prefer the old like Browning High Power or something like that. I got a Beretta, but that's mostly because I watching Die Hard, and it's the other one, Lethal Weapon, a lot growing up. So, but yeah, when you got these big, like a big box store, a bigger gun shop that's went from being mom and pop to now the corporate heel kind of thing. But when you're running a sale and you're taking your $15 price tag and going, oh, now we're $9, and it's like for a box of 50 rounds. And I thought it was really funny when I went to Walmart and was like, wait a minute, Walmart's got the same stuff for the same price as the sale, but only that's the regular price. And their shot shells are obviously way cheaper. So I just kind of chuckle at that sometimes. You got to laugh at it. But another place like I like to buy guns from pawn shops, really, because if you know what you're looking at, you kind of have a feeling for, what you're, kind of inspect it a little bit. And a lot of them do. They let you, pop the slide off or something like that, or check the lock up on the revolvers. And the revolver is a lot easier to kind of gauge what's really junk and not. You check that cylinder for forward to end shake and side to side shake, and make sure it's not all hammered. And you look on those lockups on the cylinder, make sure they're not all marred up. That's probably caused by somebody spinning that cylinder at a high speed and slamming that thing shut. And what that does is, as it's rotating around fast, when it hits the hand on the bottom of the frame, it just jars everything. It's really terrible, especially if it's going whichever direction. See those little lead-ins on the revolver? That's the proper direction it's supposed to be going. Not coming from the other direction. So that can really mess up your revolver. So I always look for that. Look around by the forcing cone, make sure it's not like cracked or above it. Make sure there's not excessive damage from maybe shooting extremely hot rounds through it. People tend to do that. I notice that. It's always with they just gotta throw the biggest, most powerful round in there, and they're out there just banging steel or something, or shooting water jugs, and it's like, wow, really? and then of course you got the guys that kaboom, and half their cylinder's gone, and they really damaged that gun. I've seen that happen to some beautiful revolvers, man. It's just so sickening to see that kind of stuff, and even the safety. I mean, watch out. You're pulling the trigger, and you hear a little pop instead of a bang. Check it out. Make sure you didn't have what they call a squib, and that bullet's not lodged part way down the barrel. So you want to be careful with that. So, and a lot of us now. I'm a hand loader, so I've heard this throughout the industry out here, and it's so funny. It's some of these guys that say, oh, never do reloads, man. Yes and no. Okay, I can speak from this. Yes, if you're not paying attention and you're just kind of lackadaisical, doing your own reloads can be very dangerous. But if you're attentive, you are going by the recipes. Now, I go in the middle of the recipe. Like, if the powder charge is saying, just throwing some numbers out. If the powder charge says maximum powder charge for, Alliant bullseye powder or something, it's saying, don't exceed 6 grains. And, the minimum is, 2.9 grains or something, I'm just throwing numbers out there. I go right in the dead center in the middle. It's a lot of times I'm playing around in the 3 or 4 grain range, just throwing numbers out just to give you an example. But that's where I'm standing with that. I'm not going above and beyond, or I'm not going too light either, because that can be dangerous. But just being attentive and being careful, and you'll be successful. Especially like if you're loading up 45 Colt, if you're shooting that cartridge. I mean, man, you go to a store, it's like $45, $50 for just a box of 50 rounds that you want to just go plink around with. That can be pricey. I remember when I saw it, I was like, last time I remember, it was like $41.99, a box of Winchester lead cowboy loads, they call them. And I just remember going, wow, that's some pricey stuff. And then, just leaving it at that. I remember buying some S&B stuff for a lot cheaper and shooting that stuff and keeping the brass. That's how I initially started collecting my brass. But, of course, you just, as you get to reloading more and more, you just buy a whole bag or box of, some bulk brass, and I've been using that ever since, just nonstop. So, but just being careful with it. It's not. I can see how a few mistakes, or whatever. You got guys that are hand loading, not paying attention. They just kind of blow themselves up or break a gun, injure somebody worse, injure you're disfigured or completely messed up from a bad hand load or something. That can be dangerous and just really a bad reflection on it in general. So you got to be careful with that stuff. You really do. Don't be doing things that the machine was not meant to do. Being careful. The primers, being very careful with primers and stuff. That's explosive right there. You don't want anything that could possibly detonate it on accident. If you look at the primer seater, when it's seating the primer, that post covers the entire bottom of the cup. So there's a little less chance that it's going to pin pressure right in this dead center where it needs to strike the anvil to detonate that powder, that paste that's in the primer. Just being careful of that kind of thing. So, anyhow, but just, and then of course I did a video on another topic. I did a video on the wax bullets. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Check it out on my channel. I also did another one recently, more recent than the others, about that stuff from Spitfire, where they put a heavy cannelure around the casing to allow a different type of a wax bullet to seat on top and actually look like a bullet instead of a wad cutter, and load up a primer in there, and you can cycle it through a lever action gun. That's really cool, because that kind of reminds me of a lot of stuff that my folks grew up with and telling me about, Mattel shooting shell stuff, and a lot of you probably remember that. You actually grew up with that. But I only saw pictures, and of course got to play around a little bit with some that my folks purchased on the internet for me to check out. But of course they were very collectible. But kind of the concept of that, just turning your firearm, that wax bullet stuff really to me was like turning your firearm into this really neat, kind of fun pistol or fun rifle that go and shoot and not have to worry about noise and hurting something or, just all that. You can really just have more fun with it in a sense, just wear some safety goggles and just have some plinking fun. Really, it's a lot of fun. I find that more fun than anything. I love those wax bullets. They're really just amazing. I love how it just turns that firearm into this really cool, like, kind of carnival game in a sense. At the same time being very careful. What I really liked about those wax bullets is back home in Hawaii, I was able to shoot aerial shots at my friend's farm and stuff, because that wax bullet, that wax plug, it's only going so far up in the air, and really, it's not, I shouldn't even say it's even going that far up in the air, but even if it lands and it bunks on somebody's head, it's not going to hurt anybody at all. It wouldn't even, make you go, ouch. Not even that. So it was easy to be able to do some aerial shooting and throw things up in the air and try to blast them out of the air, and do it safely. And that being very safe to do. That's the best way to do it. That's better. It's safer than a BB gun. So, yeah. But anyhow, I'm going to get out of here, you guys, and hope you enjoyed this nice little chat, and I enjoyed making it for you and being here and hanging out. So you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, right? Be safe and enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always being here and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And I'm BATJAC J.W. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out BATJAC J.W. Radio Show channel if you like more of this stuff. So, thanks for listening.